What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys, so last episode, we started working very quickly on Botania, so we got enough stuff going on over here to make some mana and get some stuff going, so that's pretty awesome. We did complete some quests, and I forgot to open these chests at the end of the episode, so let's do that now. Meteorite compass, not usable, doesn't work in this pack because there's no meteors. And a dirt chest, 9,000, yay! Okay, so nothing good. What I've been working on off camera, as you can see over here, I did expand this out just a little bit. So if we go down here, our platform used to kind of wrap just behind there and just behind these sieves, right, and just over here. Yeah, so we made it a little bit bigger. I was kind of thinking we need to start working towards getting permanent stuff set up, right? So we kind of been making these little offshoot, little platform things, and while it's working, we need to start getting some space. So we're gonna want an area for like our applied energistics eventually, but before that, we're probably gonna be needing an area for our Ender IO inventory panel, and then all the things that go with that, like storage drawers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of thinking this area right here in the center, this is going to be like our main area where we work on things, where we craft things, all that kind of stuff. And then each one of these guys right here is 15 by 15 with 3 blocks of separation around each one, just so we have a little bit of space. Another 15, another 15. So this one right here in the center, this is 33 blocks. So that'd be like a 15 by 15 with a 15 by 15 and then a 3 wide walkway, right? So it's 33. So I'm kind of thinking these ones on the sides over here, things that are definitely going to be taking up a lot of space is the assembly table and all the lasers that go with it. That takes up a ridiculous amount of space. So we'll probably dedicate one of these 15 by 15s to that. And then over on another one, I don't know if we're going to have them on this side or the other one, but our QED, because we need a lot of those Ender Flux crystals around it. I keep talking about wanting to do something with our QED. We haven't gotten around to it. Let's do it. So we had the stack of Ender Flux crystals that I made forever ago in my Ender pouch here. What we need to do is vein mine these guys. And vein mine these over here. And break that. Cool. So we can take our QED over and start setting this thing up. So this is going to be really nice. Right now, it kind of is a little slow trying to run around. This is kind of a larger area. It's not going to be that big of a deal soon because we'll have flight and we'll be able to move faster and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's try and figure out where the center is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I place in the exact center the first time? That's awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I did. I am so good at this. So we could leave it 1 block up. Or, let me put the pick in the right spot because I accidentally queued it and went to the wrong spot. We can place it right here in the ground. I'm not really sure which way is best, but we could do it this way. That's not a big deal. We could do that. We could hide all the QED stuff underground. We could leave it above ground. I think I'd like to do is figure out like how far away we can put these things so we can make the biggest shape. Now, I know with the QED, like you can only go out so far. It's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 blocks or something like that. But it's like it'll be like a diamond shape when it's all ready to go. Like it's not a square. So you have to kind of like put them at a thing like this, right? And it does the same thing as it goes up. It kind of turns into like a diamond shape. Anyway, I got to figure out like how far away these things work. So I'll do a little bit of experimentation. Probably try and outline the maximum range, and then we can start filling it in and adding more below and above for this thing. So I think that'll be pretty awesome. Having one of these things goes really fast is definitely going to be very important to us. Okay, so another thing we can do, I think I might have talked about that a little bit ago. We can extract the completed item from the bottom of this thing. We can have like a chest here or something, so we can put the items in. It'll just automatically put the items into the chest. That could be awesome. Unfortunately, there is no way to put items automatically into this. It all has to be done manually. And then we might even want like more than one QED. You can share the Ender Flux crystals with more than one. I don't know. We'll see how it all goes as we continue on. So assembly table and lasers, that's a thing we're going to have to be working on here pretty soon if we want to get into thermal expansion. Those are things we'll have to be looking at. So let's go ahead and take a look at our quest and see where we're at now. So I want to figure out where the assembly table is. So that's our QED. Yeah, assembly table is right here. So we can start getting into that, and that is going to start unlocking things, like I said, like thermal expansion. So laser table, or I guess the assembly table, requires 1 assembly table and 12 lasers. So let's take a look at this. Assembly table and laser. The lasers are 2 rubies each and 2 redstone alloy each. The redstone alloy is silicon and redstone. I think we've gotten a little bit of this stuff from our loot bags, which is pretty cool. Dark steel is something we're gonna have to make. Okay. So the assembly table itself, did I not search for that thing correctly? I'm not seeing it in here. There it is, assembly table right here. This requires electrotine alloy ingots, a ruby, diamond gear, which is gold gear wrapped in 4 diamonds, and a silver chest. This is all done in the QED, so that's not so bad. This might give me an opportunity to see how far away we can put those lasers, or I guess the Enderflux crystals, so that might be a good thing to do. Yeah, so we'll probably start working on that. I'll get the laser set up over here, the laser table, I should say. We're gonna have to figure out our power situation. Right now, we are currently running off that 1 LPG cow, which is working fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but we're gonna have to start sucking more juice from the cow, more LPG, to run more generators to power more things, right? So we're probably gonna have to look at, whoops, I hit the mouse. Probably have to look at making something like an auto spawner and maybe exact copy. Is that a thing we can do? Can we make an auto spawner yet? Okay, so a machine chassis, sentient ender, witch soul vial, ender resonator, that's fine. Charge draconium block. That's a problem. Yep, that's gonna be a problem. We won't be able to do that until we go to the end, and I don't think I want to go to the end until we have flight. Okay, so we'll see what we can do. I've been stockpiling up a little bit of the LPG so we can run that remotely off the stuff that I've stored up. We have, yeah, 2 LPG drums. I did take another cow over to the last millennium. So we have our gasoline cow over there right now. And our gasoline cow is making that fuel, and I stored that up into 3 drums as we saw there. Let's head over here. So yes, we have 2 cows over here now. We have our LPG cow, which is providing our current power, which is awesome. And then we have our gasoline cow. Hi. Yep. So I guess we could try and run some things off fuel, but I think the LPG is just better overall. So I think we're going to stick with that. But anyway, let me go ahead and get some things going here, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we should be able to get everything going here for making our lasers. I had 58 dark steel in the chest already. I guess I made a stack of that previously. Yeah, so I just ended up making 2 more of those so we could have 60 dark steel, and we should have everything we need for our 12 lasers. Perfect. So we still have to make our assembly table. Now I started doing some work over here, putting our Enderflux crystals in such a way that I thought made sense, and figuring out the maximum distance away. So it appears that at the same level as the QED, you can put these Enderflux crystals 9 blocks. So that would be to right here, right? So that's 9 blocks away from that. Since that is down a level, we have to go in a block. So it's 8 blocks away, right? Okay, so 8 blocks away is the maximum distance on the surface here for us to do that. And then I wanted to have like a 3 wide walkway, so we kind of got rid of the block to be here and here. Yeah, we kind of opened it up. So it kind of left us with this cool little pyramid style pattern. I like it. We can still add in more Enderflux crystals here, but I kind of ran out of resources to do that. I mean, we could still do it right now, but I didn't make more than 2 more stacks. So yeah, we have a total, I think, of 3 stacks plus a few, maybe 3 stacks plus 6. Is that what it is? Of these Enderflux crystals here. Oh no, I guess I got another stack on me. Somehow I missed placing those. So anyway, we got a bunch of these crystals here. So we should be able to do what we needed to do here. If we put that there, that's very quick now. That's awesome. So we're going to want it faster than that eventually, because this is going to be like the main way that we make a lot of our capacitors in the future. And when you have to make, 4 stacks of the basic tier capacitors, to make 2 stacks of the double layer, to make a stack of the octuple, it takes a long time, and you want this going as fast as possible. So I'll probably add in more lasers underneath, and we'll probably make this the maximum size below as much as possible. For right now, I think it's going fast enough, right? Cool. All right, so we have our laser table. We can go ahead and put it over here. We're gonna have to figure out the power situation like I was talking about before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th block, that's the center. I think that is where we're going to put this. So we only have 12 lasers right now. These are a little expensive. They do require 2 rubies per, and then the dark steel. The dark steel is taking a while to make. In fact, we could probably speed that up. The production, if we had more octuple capacitors, not octuple, octadic capacitors. So that's something we should look at doing. We should try and make ourselves like a stack or 4 of the capacitors. Let's take a look at what these things cost. So a capacitor costs the red alloy, right? So it's 6 of these and then 6 gold per capacitor, because we have to make these guys too. And then I guess a stack of copper ingots. So it's quite expensive, but I think we have all the resources to do this. I'm going to go ahead and make all the stuff that we need to quickly craft a bunch of capacitors, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. Well, I took a lot of time here, and I got some things prepared so we could see how fast our QED is working now. I did add in that other stack down below, so we should have quite a few of these things going. So I'm kind of curious to see how fast we can do a stack of these basic processors, or I'm sorry, not processors, but capacitors. That's not so bad. That's not bad at all. I would like to see it go faster, but I definitely can't complain. So yeah, if we go down here, I'll just poke a hole. Yeah, we have a few of these underneath here at the maximum distance away. We'll end up filling this in and then making the whole upside down pyramid thing out of it eventually. But yeah. So it's 2 stacks of pearls, a stack of blaze powder, and 4 stacks of obsidian to make a stack of these ender flux crystals. We've gotten over, I think, 1,400 stacks of obsidian, so that's not a big deal. Oh, that's crazy, all the particles that go after that's done. Yeah, so that's not a big deal. So we should be able to do something good there. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we're just gonna do half a stack of these because that's all I brought. That, and then this. All right, so we'll make some double layer, and then I wanted to take the double layers and convert that up into the octadic capacitors. Yeah, that's not so bad at all. I do like that. There's that, and then we only had enough for 6 vibrant alloy. Wow, those go really fast. Cool. All right, so octadic capacitors, that's gonna allow us to make our alloy smelter a little bit faster, our sag mill faster. These are things that have been going really slow that I've been having to wait on. In fact, making those 6 stacks of the red stone alloy or red alloy ingots, whatever those were, yeah, I cooked them over here in this thing, had the hopper feeding them in just because it took so long. I really want a way to speed things up and make things go faster, especially for smelting, and hopefully this will do it. I guess I'll stick one over here in our slice and splice. We really don't need one here, to be honest. It seems like everything we put in here kind of finishes almost instantly, so that might not be something that we need. These machines, we should move over towards our area over here and start running some energy conduit around, trying to get some power going to these things a little bit better. I think that's going to be a good idea. Cool. All right, so the assembly laser table is complete. The lasers are done. I did not hook the lasers up just yet. We should do that. But we can go ahead and claim this quest. So let's go ahead and do this loot chest here. It is just a standard one. And we got a tier 3 chance pendant from it. So that's not so bad once we get into doing some of the chance cubes a little bit later on. Yeah, we'll just stick everything in here and then one more chance cube to the collection. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I just got our lasers hooked up underneath our assembly table. So the assembly table is right here. So we're 1 block. Well, I guess 2 blocks lower. That's 1 block. This would be the 2nd block where the lasers are. So with a setup like this, I believe it is possible to do laser, conduit, laser, and then have another laser and then conduit underneath there. And then that should be the furthest away from the assembly table you can go. So you can put a decent amount of lasers underneath, completely hidden out of sight. And you can also do the same thing above it, which we might do at some point. The whole laser thing kind of gets a little bit laggy when you put a whole lot of them together. So, or a whole bunch of lasers, whole lot of conduit and things like that. So I don't know how extreme we're gonna go with this thing here. We'll probably end up setting a max size laser assembly table somewhere else, different dimension, last millennium, something like that. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we have 12 lasers down here. That's not a lot. That's not gonna get us very far, but it's what we have for right now. So we're gonna make it work. So one of the quests that we had available was here, I think, of the Gamma Delta, the Delta section. Yes, that wants us to make a basic machine frame, and the basic machine frame is used to make all the thermal expansion machines. So search for machine frame, and that is 4 pieces of glass, 4 invar, a machine, a chassis, and then an energetic alloy gear, which is energetic alloy wrapped around an iron gear. Not so bad. So we can do all of these things. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is grab one of our chassis. I believe we still had an extra one over here. If not, we should be able to craft one up pretty easily. Yeah, we have 2 of them still. You know what? Maybe I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 of these things because we're going to want more than 1 anyway. So we needed some invar to go along with that. Go and take apart one of those blocks. If I can click in my inventory properly. I believe it needed 8 glass for 2 of them. And then finally, we needed the energetic alloy. We need 8 of that stuff. 8 of that plus 2 iron gears. Now, can you just craft those manually? I don't remember. So we could do it around a stone gear, or we could cast it out. I think we're just going to cast it with our smeltery over here. It'll probably just end up being the fastest way and most efficient way of doing it, especially since we have the gasoline, which makes it like, or I guess the buildcraft fuel, which makes a smeltery near instant. Okay, I think we already had a gear mold here. I kind of forgot to look until it was too late anyway. And there we go. Okay, so eventually we will look at doing the immersive engineering metal press to do all of our gears. We'll get that to be completely 100% automated. So for right now, let's place that torch. Let's put in that, this, those, and that. So that is not the right recipe. What did I mess up? Something I messed up. Let's go back here. So that is glass, invar. Oh, you know what? I didn't make the gear. Aha, let's make the gear. You know, I'm just realizing now we don't even have a crafting table over here. We should probably fix that. It's a lot of running back and forth that I'm going to have to do. I really need to move all of my stuff forward. I'll probably start doing that here pretty soon as well. So this. Cool. Do I have an extra crafting table over here? I kind of feel like we had extra ones. We do. I'll bring 2 of them. Okay. Well, I'll just leave it on me for now, but we will find a place for those crafting tables, probably up here in that front section like I was talking about before. All right. So let's see if we can get ourselves some of these machine frames to be made, and then we can start looking at getting some of the thermal expansion machines made as well. So there's that. Here we go. So how long is this going to take? A little bit of time. You can kind of see the lasers coming up from under the floor. They're turning blue when they get full powered, and there they are. Okay, so it's gonna take about a minute 45 seconds per machine frame. We're gonna want that faster. For right now, that's not like crazy long, but yeah, the higher these machine frames we end up making, the longer it takes. This requires 2 million. This one only requires 500,000, so this one's 4 times longer. This one is twice as long as the previous, and this one is a little bit longer as well. So yeah, we're definitely going to want to have more lasers with more power so we can get these things going that much faster. And it looks like we're just about done. You know, one thing I did forget to do is put a chest over here. Otherwise, this is just going to spit the items on the ground when it's done. Did it spit on the ground? It went into my inventory. Okay. So there we go. Quest complete, basic machine frame. That's going to give us a loot chest. I don't really care about the Quart of Hearts anymore, so we will claim that. Is it going to be something good? What are we going to get? What is it? It's heart glass, nothing good. Wah, wah. Okay, so now it wants us to make a pulverizer. Here we go. This is the thing I've been looking for. The pulverizer, we can take some of our pulverized dust that we've been getting down below. Yeah, we can pulverize that into 2 different ores, and I think you even get the secondary ore. Like if you do copper, I think you get a 10% chance of getting gold or something along those lines. Anyway, it's probably one of the best ways to manage these kinds of things. So we're storing the dust here, then we're going to take that, pulverize them, auto smelt them, and then we'll have like the full operation complete. Again, we're gonna have to worry about power. I think if we get another one of these things, another high temperature furnace, and possibly another cow in the other dimension, we should be able to handle all of that stuff. But for right now, I think we're kind of maxing out our power. I do want to go over here and make sure I click the other machine frame, because that's just gonna pop out into the world. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we got the second one. Okay, so it did want us to make, what was it, the was it the pulverizer? I don't remember. Let's take a look. Pulverizer requires this guy, copper gears, which we can cast out. That's not so bad. And then flint, the machine frames, and pistons. Cool. Let me go ahead and make that. I'll probably also make the next one, the redstone furnace, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Well, I went ahead and I moved a bunch of the stuff that we had over in the center island area over here. So now we don't have to keep running back and forth. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I just got done making both the pulverizer and the redstone furnace. So we got both of those done. We can stick these right here. How much power do these things take? Oh, a decent amount, 300,000. All right, and then redstone furnace. Okay, so these do come with the augments. The other ones did not. The, what were those called? The autonomous activators. Okay, so we will probably input here and we'll output over here, I can only imagine. This is going to be kind of just a temporary setup until I figure out what we're going to do. And then I guess we could output over here into like a chest. Let's grab, I think we have an extra chest in here. Yep. Let's grab an extra chest. All right, so we'll put that right there. Let's take a look at smelting down some stuff. I did move that elevator as well. Let's see. What do we want to smelt down? I guess we could do gold, right? Does gold have anything? Let's take a look at the uses. If we go to the pulverizer, okay, so that doesn't have any secondaries. I kind of want to find something that has a secondary. I think copper has a secondary. It gives you like a 10% chance of gold. I just want to kind of see this happen. Yeah, 10% chance of pulverized gold from this. So we could smelt this directly and get the 2 ingots out of the smeltery, or we can run it through both the pulverizer and the redstone furnace, which I don't think takes too long. Let's check that out. So yeah, this is the basic version, right? So yeah, that doesn't go very slow at all. We can upgrade these to, you know, the hardened, the resonant. Is that the only 2 stages? That might be the only 2 stages. Anyway, yeah, so that doesn't take so long at all. We get a little bit of extra gold for doing this as well, and we end up getting the copper ingots over here. Now, the only drawback to this, is we can't turn these into blocks. There is no way to do that until we take these, put them over into the smeltery, and then cast them out as blocks, right? That's just a thing. I don't really fully understand why that was a thing in this mod pack, but yes, you can't just form the blocks by putting 9 in the crafting grid. You have to melt it down and then cast it out as a block, but then you can unblockify it into the ingots. So I don't know. So a stack of that copper gave us 2 stacks of copper ingots plus 8 gold ingots. That's not bad at all, to be honest. Getting that little extra free stuff, I kind of like it. So I'll probably end up setting up something like this specifically for taking our ores down below the dust and then turning those into ingots. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do beyond that. We might end up doing like a deep storage unit for all this. We could potentially set up auto crafting for blocks if we need blocks in the future. Yeah, we could probably do something with applied energistics that dumps in things into a smeltery specific for maybe one type of ore or something. That'll always do like 9 ingots equals a block and then cast that out. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. We'll have to look at that at some time later on if that becomes an issue, if we need a lot of blocks for something. But yeah, we did complete those 2 quests. So let's go ahead and take those. So the pulverizer is going to give us a loot chest, and our redstone furnace is also going to give us a loot chest. We'll just go ahead and claim those guys like so. And this one, I don't know what the differences are. I do see that there's like the :25 after this one and nothing. I guess this is a basic and then this one's a slightly better one. Is that how that works? I don't know. Anyway, let's open this one. Fortune cookie, and then we'll open this one. Decorative lamps. Nothing super good. Fortune cookie say, nice sounding made up word of the day, sphere. Those are very, very silly things. So last time we were working on getting Botania stuff set up so we can start looking at magical crops. we got to the point where we were making mana and we kind of ended, right? So let's take a look at the quests to do that. Let's kind of go back to the beta section and kind of work our way down this path a little bit. So Minicio seeds are the next thing we need to make in order to get into magical crops. You can grow Minicio seeds and you can harvest them for 1 Minicio essence, I believe is how that works. And then you can 10 those and get up to 4 per Minicio seed. So if you want to get a lot of the stuff, it's a good way to do it. Okay, so let's take a look. To get the seed, we need to take a regular wheat seed, drop into the mana pool, and we get Minicio seed. Seems pretty easy. Let's make a few of those because I think we're going to need a few of those anyway. We have 30 wheat seeds. Let's take, I don't know, let's do 20. 20 seems like a good number. Yeah, now I kind of wish that the Botania area was over here because now it's going to take a while. You know what? Before we run all the way over there, what's the next quest after that? Weak infusion. If we can do both of these at the same time, that'd be pretty good. Oh, we need a block of terrasteel with the alchemy catalyst. Aha. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of time for us to do it. We have the mana. The mana's not the issue. We do have to make the terrasteel plate. We need the lapis blocks, and then we need the living rock. I'm not sure if we have all those things. Any good cows over here? Tin, essence, invar, constantan, copper. Is that it? I think that might be it. Right? Molten tin, invar? Yep. Okay, so that's it. Those cows are okay. Nothing too great. Oh, I need to turn off my magnet. Let's do that. Magnet off and 20 Minicio seeds. Oh, wow. That went through more mana than I thought it did. I did see on the thing that it had like, you know, that big bar of stuff missing, but I didn't know it was going to take that much. Okay, well, luckily we can make all of the essence. That's not, or I'm sorry, the mana, so that's not a big deal. So we got Minicio seeds that did complete our quest here in the beta section, and we will get ourselves a loot chest. Let's claim that one. So now we need to work on getting the terrestrial plate, agglomeration plate. Let's take a look at this. This guy is made with all these different runes, plus mana steel, and then some lapis blocks. I can't remember if we're getting mana steel already from our loot bags. I kind of feel like mana steel was one of those things you do get, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll go ahead and take a look real quick and just see what we're getting over here. Was mana steel one of them? Honestly, I can't remember. I feel like it might be. I know we're getting the overgrowth. I know we're getting the Botania flowers. Maybe we're not getting mana steel at all. Okay, well, mana steel is fairly easy to do. In this mod pack, it is changed. Normally, it's iron thrown in the mana pool. In this pack, you have to throw in steel, and we can make steel pretty easily. I think we even have some left over from the last time we needed it. All right, well, let me go ahead and get a few things prepared so we can do this. We're also going to need those runes. In order to do the runes, we need the runic altar, right? I don't think we've made one of those. There's no quest for that I remember. Is there anything special about that we should take a look at? The runic altar requires, no, just a mana pearl and some living rock. All right, let me go and do some crafting and we'll be right back. All right, guys, well, I got the runic altar set up. We have a mana spreader touching a mana pool, so that's filling this thing up full of mana, and it's pointed at the runic altar. So whenever we put a recipe on here, it should just start sending the mana over and it'll craft it. We do need to get our wand on the hotbar, and we do need to make sure that we have plenty of living rock because you need that to complete the recipes. So we are going to be making all these different runes. So for instance, the rune of water requires a fishing rod, sugarcane, bone meal. So fishing rod, sugarcane, bone meal. We need a piece of mana steel. And then we also need mana powder, mana dust, whatever that's called. Let's go ahead and just throw that in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we need 5 of those. Okay, we might need more than that actually. We can throw that on there. Yep, so those are all cooking up. If we look at this, we can see the progress bar there on the right filling up. So now we can just right click a living rock onto there, and then when the craft is done, when that progress bar is complete, whoops, we can right click it with the wand, and then we get our runes of water. Nice. So we got to do this for each of the different ones. So rune of earth, that is a brown mushroom, coal, and smooth stone. So that. One of those and one of those, right? Living rock. Okay. So yeah, we just gotta wait for that to complete. So the only one that's a little slightly different is the Rune of Mana, which is 5 mana steel ingots and then a mana pearl. So that's like completely different than all the other ones, and you only get 1 of those. So yeah, you kind of want to make a little bit of extra mana steel and mana pearls and things like that. So there's 1 mana pearl and 5 of those, and then a living rock. And we just got to wait for that to complete. Let me go ahead and finish these up, and we'll set up the terrestrial agglomeration plate and check out making our first piece of terrasteel. Alright guys, well, all the crafting is done for the plate, and then we got the little multi-block structure here. So that is 5 of the living rock, 4 of the lapis blocks. Then we put the plate in the center. I made up 2 sparks earlier. These are fairly inexpensive. It's just like a gold nugget, some petals, and I don't remember. There's something else that goes in there. Anyway, so you put a spark on the mana pool. It can transfer mana pretty quickly over to another spark. The spreaders go really slow. You could use a spreader, but your items will despawn before you get enough mana over there. So you want to use the sparks. Okay, so the only other thing we got to do now is just put 1 of each of these different mana items on there, the steel, pearl, and diamond. That's going to use half our mana pool of mana to make... Oh, I need to turn off my magnet. That will probably help too. That'll use half the mana pool of mana to make 1 piece of terrasteel. But as you guys saw, we can easily make more mana all the time. Yeah, you can just see the mana being drained over there. That's going so quickly. Yeah, the more mana pools you have nearby with sparks on it, the more mana you can transfer, the faster this whole process goes. It goes decently fast with 1 spark, but yeah, if you have like, I don't know, 10 or 20 or 30 mana pools with sparks on them, it'll go nearly instantly. So that's just something to keep in mind too. So there is our first piece of terrasteel. We need 8 more. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got all 9 of those pieces of terrasteel made, and now we need to make ourselves the alchemy catalyst. So that is a couple brewing stands, mana pearl, 2 gold, and 4 living rock. Easy. We need to turn this into a block of terrasteel. Okay, and then we need to throw that in the mana pool with this alchemy catalyst underneath. Let me turn on my magnet, otherwise we're going to lose some stuff. That and that, put that right there. Yeah, turn off the magnet, throw it in there. Let's make sure I catch it. Yeah, you can see on the tooltip, it says you throw that in there to get the thingy. And there we go. I think that's all we got to do, right? Yes, weak infusion stone quest complete. We also completed, unintentionally, we completed this one down here 100 years late just by having all these different runes. Let's go ahead and claim that one. We will, do we have another one? Yeah, the runic altar. We'll claim this one as well. We have the weak infusion we can claim. Cool. So what the weak infusion stone will do, that'll allow us to take the Magnesio essence and upgrade it to Osseo, or however you say that. I think people keep saying that I'm saying that wrong. But anyway, you can go from stage 1 to stage 2, and that will start unlocking the ability to make that tier of seeds, which is pretty cool. So we'll probably be looking at that in a future episode. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop open some of these loot chests. Hopefully we'll get something good. All right, so we got the whole kitchen set again. We got a fleeting stone. Gives high steps a companion. That's got to be one of the ether things. Yeah, ether 2. All right, so we got reeds, flat lamp, and tinted glass, and a music disc. Nothing super good. Oh well, maybe next time. Maybe next time. But guys, we've reached the end of today's episode. We got a lot of good stuff done. We've reached a pretty decent point in Botania. I probably am going to end up removing this island that we're standing on right now. We'll start moving these things over to one of our little areas over there. I think that's just going to make more sense. It kind of is annoying having to run back and forth for these various different things when there's no reason for this little island to exist anymore. So yeah, I'll probably do that between next episode, or between this episode and next. Move that stuff over there. We'll have a little Botania area. We might end up moving the Botania area to a brand new dimension later on. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.